Squishy Monster, and today we're going to make a pumpkin bread pudding. And this is perfect for the person who doesn't know how to bake, doesn't have much experience, or doesn't like to bake. This is definitely one of those cube up the bread, pour over the custard, and pop into the oven dish. So this is the recipe for you. To a bowl, I just have some eggs, and I just love bread puddings because it's one of those whisk soak bake recipes, and you can literally set it and forget it, and it's so perfect for the holidays. And it multiplies so easily. I once made this exact recipe for a group of 200 people. So to my eggs, I want to add in my heavy cream and milk mixture, half and half. You can also just put together some full whole fat milk and some cream. And then I have some pumpkin. And we have a recipe, I have a video on how to roast your own sweet potatoes. You can do the same method for pumpkin, and it tastes so much better. I'll link that video below. And then I have some pumpkin spice. I also will feature on my blog how to make your own pumpkin spice on thesquishymonster.com. Saves so much money. And then I have some bourbon, or you can use Frangelico. Then for a little sweetness, I have some brown sugar. Again, you can make this yourself with just a little bit of molasses unsulfured and some white granulated sugar, and honey or maple syrup to add on another dimension of sweetness, but it's not going to be overly sweet. That pumpkin flavor is really going to shine through. And then you just whisk the whole thing together. To my dish, I'm just buttering it with a little pastry brush. You want to get to the sides and the edges, make sure it's really well buttered. And then, as you can see, it's sitting in a casserole dish because I want to bake this off into a water bath. And basically, all you have to do is take some recently boiled water in a kettle and then just make the water rise up to at least the sides, halfway up the sides of your dish. I've already tumbled in my challah and I just cubed it. You can also use brioche or a French baguette, really whatever you have or whatever you can get your hands on. And it's day old because it'll help soak up the custard even easier. I'm going to drizzle the rest of my butter onto the bread so it soaks up. Butter makes everything better. And then I'm going to just pour and let it soak for at least 20 minutes or so. This is what my bread pudding looks like after about 20 minutes or so, and I'm going to take my kettle and start slowly pouring in my heated water. And remember, you want it to come all the way up to halfway at the sides at least. And I'm going to pop it into my oven and bake it off. And then you kind of want it to settle and set before you serve it. I would serve it warm or room temperature with a dollop of ice cream or some whipped cream or maybe some veggie caramel sauce or something like that. The smell of all those spices and the roasted pumpkin wafting through the air, it was really irresistible. So despite it being hot, I don't care. I'm just gonna go in for a bite. Let's see here. It's not so overly sweet, so it would be perfect with just like that mound of ice cream or whipped cream on there. It is so soft and so moist. Basically, the cubes of bread have just kind of fattened up and puffed up with all these flavorings. It's essentially kind of tasting like a cross between pumpkin pie and souffle and some type of pumpkin spice cinnamon roll. It is so divine. I hope you guys give this a try for your holidays, or just, you know, on the weekend, or maybe it's a Monday and you had a bad Monday. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This is the Squishy Monster, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!